That is a deep question. So, yes, I will repeat the question. The question was, if somebody commits an act of terrorism while loving Allah or saying Allahu Akbar, would they be condemned again under Quranic law, and where would their soul end up? That's your question, right? So that's a great question. The first thing is, what is an act of terrorism? I mean, because you got to be clear, right? When the people in Afghanistan took up weapons and shot down Russian planes, they were heroes. And when they picked up weapons and shot down American planes, they were terrorists. So when you have an army that goes into a village and slaughters everybody, they're war heroes. But if you have an individual who does it, then he's a terrorist. So I don't know what a terrorist really is. I mean, for example, if you take a car and you purposely, because of your political, religious, whatever beliefs, slam it into a bunch of people, running over people, killing them, is that an act of terrorism? Yes? Our president said it wasn't. He said in Charlottesville there were two sides, both good and bad. One of them took a car, rammed it into a people, killing them, and Roger Hedgecock said, well, you can't call that terrorism. Well, why not? Aren't you terrorized if somebody runs a car into your gathering? If a man in Norway goes and takes a machine gun and says he wants to commit a crusade against foreigners, and he shoots little kids in a island retreat, 16 or 30, massacres them, is that terrorism?
Did this really happen?
Yes, it did.
When?
In Norway, just a few years ago. I forgot the guy's name, I have it, but you can Google it. He was a man, he had a 1,500-page manifesto about his crusade against Arabs and Muslims. And he didn't even shoot Arabs and Muslims. He went to a little kid's retreat in Norway and shot him with a high-powered machine gun. So that's the question. Is that terrorism? Fox News said no. Well, why not? If his name was Ahmed, would that be terrorism? Yes. So does that mean you're only a terrorist if you're Muslim? And if you do the exact same thing but you're not Muslim, it's not terrorism? So this is why, first thing, I want to understand what is terrorism. Now, if the question is, if you kill innocent people without cause, and if that's the definition of terrorism, no matter what your religion is, in Islam that's condemned, that is condemned, that is condemned. You cannot kill innocent people without cause. You cannot say, for the greater good of whatever, I'm just going to walk in and shoot up a postal office. That is not Islam. You can't walk into a high school and shoot it up like Columbine. That's terrorism, even if America doesn't think so. But we believe that that is condemned against under the Quranic law. And a person like that will be condemned. Now, I'm not here to say who's going to hell and who's going to heaven, because the judgment is for Allah. But that action is condemned in Islam. You good? Am I clear?